Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Freed on Business. This is episode number 861, and we're going to talk about what, to me, is one of the most, if not the most important lessons to learn and practices to implement, and that's the power of self-talk. My mom has been talking to me about this forever, giving me all kinds of positive self-talk about it, and it's extraordinarily important. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, or I always mess this up? You know, what would you change if you spoke to yourself like you speak to somebody you love? We're going to talk about some of the science behind self-talk, how it affects success, health, and relationships, and simple ways to shift it starting today. I want to thank our sponsors, the kings of positive energy, our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. Thanks to Larry, Eric, and the whole team at Warren Henry Automotive. They've been sponsors for 15, 16 years, and they're always promoting us and always giving us a great energy. I want to remind everybody that we're streaming today live on LinkedIn, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. Oh, no, we're not live on Twitter. Twitch, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Check us out there. And once we've published, you can always catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube. And now on with the show. It's extraordinarily important to understand what self-talk is. It's the internal dialogue you have with yourself. There's negative self-talk. That's criticism, self-criticism, doubt, beating yourself up, you might say. Then there's positive self-talk, encouragement, resiliency. I live with the queen of positive self-talk, and that's my wife. My wife is an extraordinary example of this. She was there lying on her deathbed, getting dialysis for many, many years, but she always knew that God would deliver her a living kidney from a beautiful donor, and that's exactly what happened. This is not what they call toxic positivity. It's constructive realism. Boy, what a bunch of jumbled buzzwords that is, huh, Mr. Miami Podcast Studios? Now, the science behind positive self-talk, there's the brain and psychology. There's cognitive behavioral principles. That's how thoughts influence emotions and behavior, and neuroplasticity. That's how the brain rewires itself when it's fed different information. So if you're feeding yourself a bunch of bad energy, your brain is going to use that as the formative response that it's going to give you whenever it's activated. But if you use positive self-talk and rewire your brain with these positive energy, it's going to really be beneficial to you. And in today's world where we're fed nothing but negative energy from outside sources, it's difficult to repel this negative energy. So you really have to be strong on your reinforcement of your own positive self-talk. And this is going to reduce your stress and reduce your anxiety. It's going to lower cortisol levels, which is extraordinarily important to me because I think my whole body has cortisol flowing through it at all times. And it's going to improve your overall well-being. Just take a step back and think about the costs of this negative self-talk that you've been giving. It's self-fulfilling prophecies. You go out there and you project negative energy, people are going to stay away from you. They're not going to come near you. They're not going to want to share good things. It's going to increase your anxiety and depression risk. It's going to give you a paralysis in your decision-making because you're always going to go on this negative internal feedback loop. And for sure, it's going to develop damage your self-esteem. There's nothing more important than self-esteem. If you don't love yourself, who's going to do it for you? And if you're projecting all this bad energy, no one's going to want to have anything to do with you. So have positive self-talk. You can do this. I know you can. If you do, you're going to build confidence. You're going to encourage taking action instead of avoidance. You're going to improve your resiliency. You're going to come back faster from setbacks. It's going to enhance your performance. It's going to give you better focus because you're going to have less fear. Fear is the enemy here. In fact, one of the things I pray for every day is I drafted my own prayer to God, and one of the things I pray for is to always have the ability to face fear and to not let fear dominate me. It's going to be there, but I have to overcome it and put it in its place. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to strengthen your relationships, because when you project that you believe in yourself, people are going to be attracted to you. Whenever I go to events, I'm not really surprised, but I'm always I always feel great because people come up to me and talk about what positive energy I'm projecting and that they want to be part of that positive energy. In fact, one of the family offices I'm working with sought me out strictly because they saw me at events over the course of time and wanted me to work with them to be their brand ambassador, much the same way that I'm the brand ambassador for Warren Henry. See, applause right there. Great tagline, and it's applause. Now, you got to have self-awareness. You got to notice that you're your inner critic. Yeah, turn that off. Did you turn that off? High five. Miami Podcast Studios. Couldn't do without them. You want to make a podcast? It's Miami Podcast Studios. Reach out to me and I'll put you in touch and help them make you a star, or at least to project your thoughts and experiences the way I use it to project my thoughts and experiences. And I hope that today's show will be very important to you, because I am projecting my own self out there. This is stuff I use every day to make myself better, not only in business, but better as a person and a better member of the community. You have to have self-awareness. You have to realize your inner critic, and when it's coming right up behind you, like the devil that it is. One of the good things that I do is I journal some of the things that are common negative thoughts. When I think that it's too hard for me to do, or I can't make it on my own, or I need to be surrounded by other people to be successful in life. While some of those things may or may not be true, I write them down, because the fact of the matter is, when I'm on my own and fighting like the Dickens, I know that I can do it. Again, I'm going to use my wife. I'm going to continue to come back to my wife. When my wife and I were struggling to find a kidney donor, we knew we would do it. We knew that somebody out there would come and help us. And over the course of 4 years, we worked and we projected that. And then one day, a beautiful woman, Benny DiMartini, saw our pleas and reached out to us because she was looking for somebody that was spiritual, somebody that was in love, somebody that was projecting positive energy. Because she wasn't just going to give that gift of life away. She wanted to make sure that it was going to go to somebody that would use it for good and project goodness and spirituality just the way she does. And my goodness, if you ever meet my wife, you'll know that that's the essence of my wife. Reframe whatever's going on. It's a really simple tool, but it's extraordinarily important. Instead of saying, I can't do this, talk about the fact that it's a challenge. Maybe you've never done it, but it's something you can learn. Many times I've struck out and tried to do different things, private equity, raising capital for my own businesses, and I was afraid that I couldn't do it. But you want to know something? If I didn't take the first step and project that I believed that I could do it, I got news for you. I would have never done it. So I always use positive affirmations, ones that are realistic, not I'm going to be perfect every day. That's never going to happen. Instead, I say I'm improving every day. Every day today is better than yesterday, and tomorrow is I'm going to be better than this tomorrow. This is great stuff. This is just great stuff. I'm getting the heavy duty head nod from Miami Podcast Studios. I handle challenges with strength. What a good one. I actually wrote that down. You know, I was coming up with a list of things that I say to myself, and I handle challenges. Challenge me. It's okay. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm fighting for that wonderful woman that I'm married to, my beautiful family, and everything else. And talk to yourself in the second or third person, because this is really something a little bit outside of your me. You know, you can tell yourself, like you were telling somebody that you loved, somebody that loved you more than anything. You know what they would say? They'd say, you've handled tough things like this before. You're going to be all right. And by the way, research shows that this kind of thing helps you evolve. My wife says this stuff to me all the time. She's amazing. Gosh, you know, I guess it's really important also to be surrounded by people that give you self-talk as well. You know, is this BS what I'm telling you? Is it fake? What if I don't believe what I'm saying to myself? Isn't self-criticism motivating? the fact of the matter is that as you tell yourself these positive things that you buried are going to come back to you. I've accomplished so many things. I've overcome so many challenges, and I'm proud of it. And the people that affiliate with me, that comes along. And they're not going to affiliate with somebody that projects down, negative, bad. They want to be affiliated with positive and uplifting. Oh my gosh, you sound like somebody people should actually listen to. This is great stuff. This is great stuff. I'm so proud of this. You know, take 7 days, take a week to try to put this in perspective. Take one negative thought, and I'm sure you have more than one negative thought every day, and reframe it. You know, that way your inner voice becomes your coach and your supportive teammates rather than a critic. You know, so that's what you need to do. Now, we're going to come back with the bottom line in just a minute, but first, a word from our friends at Warren Henry. Just too much. All right, everybody. We've been talking about positive self-talk and positive energy, and the kings of that are our friends at Warren Henry. The number one positive people I know when I need to go looking for a new car, leasing or purchasing when I go to Warren Henry, but I also go there when I want to feel good. Larry Zinn, what an amazing, positive person. Ismet Yagzi, he picks up when I call. It doesn't matter if he's in a meeting. You always say, Jimbo, I want to help you. Eric Day, when I want to know about the future of the auto industry, I ask Eric Day. Of course, Larry and Ismet are there too. But these are people that always feed me with positive energy. And isn't that who you want to surround yourself with when you're buying or leasing a car? When you're really nervous about one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make, where you really don't know anything about what you're doing? I don't really care how much you've looked on the internet or talked to the chatbots. You still won't get everything you need to know until you go and sit down with our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. So join me, my beautiful wife, Vivian. You hear me talking about her all the time. I'd love to get her on the show one time. My mom, talk about the queen of positive self-talk. That woman taught herself how to paint 3 years ago. My gosh, her whole house is full of it now. You want to get an Audi, they've got them up in Gainesville. You want to get a Land Rover, Range Rover, a Jaguar, a Lincoln, they've got those here at 151st and Biscayne. Down in the Keys, they've got all their great cars. Down in South Dade and West Broward, they've got their award-winning Land Rover, Range Rover stores. What do they have in common? They all come with the great Warren Henry advantage and the positive energy you get from being a member of the Warren Henry family. So join me, my clients, my friends, my family. We're all members of the Warren Henry family. You should be too. Always the best price, always the best service, always positive energy from our friends at Warren Henry.
Welcome back to Freedom Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freedom Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
Hey, everybody, if you want to add some can-do energy to your real estate team or your business development team or any team you have, reach out to me, call me, Jim Freed. You got my number. There's my email. I provide good energy and great solutions. I may not know the answer, but I usually know who to call. And guess what? They pick up the phone when I call. Why? Because I'm bringing them great energy and great ideas, just like I will with you. So reach out to me. And whenever you do, it's always all about you. Now back to the show. All right. So, I want to remind everybody that you can find all of our podcasts. If you missed anything, you can find us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, all of that stuff. Wherever you get your podcasts, we're going to be there. And I'm going to remind everybody, this is the bottom line. Why does this matter? It matters because your inner voice is your harshest critic. I got news for you. Cut yourself a break and love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody will. Science also tells us this matters. Your brain gets rewired. Your brain's going to start shoving negative energy at you whenever you feel challenged, unless you train it. Train it like our Olympic athletes do. You think that the American hockey team, Podcast Studios is nodding over there, you think the American hockey team, men's or women's, ever thought they were going to lose? No. They knew they were going to win because they've been challenged before and they came through. Just like you. You've had challenges before and you're going to make it through. Do this. It works. Your performance improves, your confidence improves, your anxiety decreases, your resiliency strengthens, and you don't need to lie to yourself. Just tell yourself the truth. Everybody has had instances where everybody told them they wouldn't be able to do it. And I got news for you. You came through and you did it. The perfect example, of course, is my wife, Vivian Freed, prayed to God, and then Betty DiMartini found her. It's possible. When people tell you something's impossible, you need to just know one thing. Anything is possible if you believe. So I want to remind everybody, watch us on all the podcast spots, wherever you get your Instagram, all that stuff. We're everywhere. Why? Because I love doing this and because I love reaching out to you and sharing the lessons that I've learned over my decades being a professional. And I want to remind everybody, the person that wants to do something finds a way. Oh, what a perfect ending for today's show. The person that wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Don't let that excuse maker be you. Go out there and make it happen. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Miami Podcast Studios, time for your magic.